I clickbaited you guys. And for a very good reason. And just hear me out. Don't just click off the video. I don't believe in open source contributions as a goal. And if anybody is telling you that open source contribution should be a goal, they are really, really wrong. And I'm going to explain to you in a bit. There's a huge drama going on in the tech community regarding open source where a lot of people are going on and creating contributions which don't mean anything. For example, like README contributions that nobody really cares about. We're going to look at all of that in this video. Funnily enough, I created a video about this 1 year ago and it has started gaining views again because it's Hacktoberfest season and a lot of people are looking to do open source contributions again this time of the year. And no problem in Hacktoberfest. You can do all sorts of open source contribution you want to do. But there's no roadmap. So if you're looking for a roadmap, there is nothing here. But I still wanted to stick around till the end of the video. So yeah, let's get started. So why exactly am I on YouTube right now? You can see that I am on a video which says complete Git and GitHub tutorial for beginners, which technically should be a really good tutorial for people who want to learn Git and GitHub and how you can go ahead and push your changes to GitHub and create PRs and stuff. But this video took a wild turn when actually, I cannot play this video right now. I don't want to get into trouble or anything, but when you actually go ahead and create a fork, they used a public library called as Express. If you don't know Express, Express is actually Node.js framework, which is used to create HTTP servers. It's really used a lot. And if you are in the Node.js ecosystem or basically even in JavaScript ecosystem, you know what I'm talking about. The end of the video tried to actually add a contribution to the Express repo, but she clearly said that don't do this. This is not good. But this thing is 2 years ago. And every year we get people who still go ahead and create README changes. So they just keep adding their name to the READMEs, just like it was demonstrated in this video. But again, she never said to commit those changes or create a pull request. So if we go ahead into our Express.js repository, we see that we have some pull request here. We can only see one update README. So if we go to closed ones now, the ones which were closed by the team or by themselves, we see there are a lot of READMEs. And if we go to the most recent one, it's 7 hours ago, and then there's 10 hours ago. And if we go to the open one, the one open is actually 2 hours ago. And if we go ahead and check the contribution itself, it says Apna College. So we clearly know where this is coming from. And then we see that in the file changed, you can see it actually added Apna College in the README file. This does not make any sense. Just I want you to go ahead and think carefully. What does adding your name to a README file achieve anything? So just look at this. We are in the table of contents, which should show how you can do installation and everything. Like all the specific headings are listed there. What your name is going to do as a heading here. Just I want you to think logically for a sec. This does not even take logic. You just have to be good at reading and writing to understand what I'm talking about right now. So this does not make any sense, but the pattern here is really important. If we go to closed, we will see that there are a lot of PRs like this. So if we check this one, it is also adding some random stuff here just after table of contents. So you can see that people are just trying to blindly follow the steps without even thinking for themselves or without even listening to the creator, and they're just taking this as a tutorial, which is fair to be honest, because this is a tutorial, and till this part of the video, till the end of the video, everyone is just following the steps as this creator is asking them to. I think the problem is between both the creator and the learner. So the problem here is that the creator should have taken steps to avoid this, but I could not imagine how this would have been in her thoughts before. So like she would have never known that this would be used like that, right? But again, this video is 2 years ago and things could have been changed. This fiasco turned really wild this year, and we got a tweet from Shraddha, who is basically the creator from Apna College. She says tutorial is fine, we'll edit the 5 seconds in good faith. So she basically removed the part where she actually said how to create a pull request, and she directly skipped to the part where she explains that do not do this. By the way, she already had that part in the video. It's just that it was later. People had already followed by then and people had already created pull requests. So I think that people should have a little bit of logical reasoning behind like what they're doing. A tutorial should always be treated like a tutorial, not as something you should do. But then again, I also want to take the student side, because like they don't know the seriousness of GitHub. They do not know how things work in open source, and they don't know the damage they are doing, and they feel like they are the only one doing it. That's the problem. And apparently there are a lot of people who are doing it at the same time. And this is not just limited to Express. So I cannot just say that this is just the creator itself, but if we go ahead and look at Node.js pull request, and if we go to closed, this will also have a lot of readmes, like less than that, but still a lot of readmes. So if we go to this one, and if you go to you already see there are 40 downwards here. And if we go to the file changed, you will find edited by me. Like who cares if it's edited by you? Nobody cares. Just use your brain for a bit. and let me know who cares. Nobody. And there is no world in which this will get merged. And even if it was merged, do you think you will get a job because of this? Because let me tell you, you are doing open source contribution because you want a job, right? There's no point in contributing like this. You're just wasting your time. You're just wasting the maintainers time. And if you are listing this as an open source contribution in your resume, you're also wasting a recruiter's time. There's no point in doing all of that. On the other side, I want to show you what a decent open source contribution might look like. So this is by me. I won't say that I'm a hardcore open source contributor. I'm still figuring out how I can provide value to projects. But how open source contributions really take place is you use something extensively and you find some kind of pain points in that project, and then you decide that, hey, this needs to be changed. Let's talk to the team and let's see if we can work on this. Then you talk to a team and say, you lay down a proposal that, hey, this is something which I need to do and can I work on this? And if they allowed that to you, you can actually go ahead and make a pull request with all the changes. Now, thankfully, I work at Appright, so the proposal process was a lot easier for me. I didn't have to go and create an issue here, but typically you should be going and creating an issue and asking them to assign this to you. But since I work there, I can simply just message them that, hey, I think this is a problem. We should actually fix this. And the problem here was, I won't like to nerd about this a lot, but like we have a product called as Sites where you can deploy websites just like how you can deploy websites on Vercel. So the problem is that if you pass in a GitHub repository without connecting your account, you only have option to deploy using a release tag, which basically means that as releases, you have to create a release for every single website push you make. So every single push should have a release. But then this is not ideal, right? Some people just like to push, and just some people just like to choose a branch instead. Some repositories don't even have releases, right? Releases is a thing that I got to know after joining Appright, which is crazy because I didn't know about it before. But Vercel also does that, right? Vercel also deploys directly through a branch. So if you are feeling lost here, don't worry. I'm just nerding out the details to explain you how the pain points work and how you can create a contribution. So for me, this was a pain point. I wanted to implement a feature in Appright, and it wasn't blocked by this specific problem. So I wanted to solve this problem first. So if you look at the files changed, you will find that there's a lot of different things happening here. So these are generated files, so I won't look at those. But now these one, like I'm actually going ahead and adding some stuff, and I had also back and forth with the team here in the conversation. If you can look, we also have review process in place where people actually leave reviews, and I have this review from Mate, who is also from our team. And yeah, this is how you can do it. This is not yet merged. We are still doing back and forth on how we can get this merged, but that's the entire point. You do not just create a readme change. Like I would say, just avoid readme change even if it's genuine. If you want to make a readme change, either create an issue for it, just say like, this is really urgent. I feel like this is like the readme represents a bad idea of what this project is, and then you should be able to do something like that. But I will say that just avoid creating a readme changes at all. It does not make any change. It does not make any sense. Sorry. Accountability time. I won't say that I'm always right. I actually went wrong and I actually tweeted something like this. I mean, yeah, directly students are responsible, but creator is also equally responsible. If they were good faith creator believing in open source, they would take the video down or trim the part by now. Thankfully, I just showed you the tweet where they actually acknowledged it. And if you just go ahead and watch this video, the process of creating a pull request is trimmed out, which I really appreciate. But again, like, it should not have taken 2 years to do that, but I guess it's fine. Like after creators like Primeagen covered this, it really blew out of proportion and they had to do it at this point. Like, but yeah, I still don't know if they really care about open source, but I'm glad they did what was necessary to do. So yeah, as I said in the starting of video, there is no roadmap. No roadmap can help you get good open source contributions. Good open source contributions only come when you actually go ahead, use a product, use an open source product and see the pain points in it. You use it so regularly, you find the pain points so irritating that you want to fix them. And that's how you can create amazing open source contributions. It's not that you tick a box and you say that open source contribution is done. Now I can just put it in my resume and I'll get a job. If you are doing open source contributions that are really, really bad, it's just gonna be a bad look on you. And you're also gonna get like known by all of these people who don't like, if you make a contribution which is really bad, it's gonna be on your GitHub and people are gonna see it if they happen to dig that deep in. So yeah, stop looking at these roadmap videos. I have an entire video on why I think roadmaps are useless. I think you should carve your own journey. Open source contribution is really cool. It can work for you, but it's not the only thing that will help you get a job. I have seen people who do not even have open source contribution but still have high paying jobs. You need to be just good at your own craft. Only do open source contributions if you really feel like it. Don't treat everything like a syllabus. I'm gonna create a new video on this, on how everyone thinks that everything is syllabus, but let me just run down it to you really quickly. Us Indians, when we were in school, we were taught to do things in a very specific way, in a step-by-step manner. That thing usually goes down when you are in college and even beyond that, right? So people like to have step-by-step instructions right there and then with them. So the problem is that when you are given steps to make an open source contribution, you just do it. And I think that's wrong. I think the step-by-step mindset should just go away and should just be gotten rid of in college itself. So yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add. Just don't make spam PRs on massive repository. It does not make any sense. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you like to watch React content, if you want to learn React, or if you're just nerdy about the web, feel free to subscribe to this channel, I guess. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.